to. Live trace is easily one of the best and fastest ways to move from sketch ideas or concepts to mock-up illustrations in design. This is going to change the way many designers, illustrators, and not surprisingly product designers turn ideas into products. Let me walk you through it. For this video, I'm using the asset located in the Using Live Trace directory, which you can find in the details area of the video website. The first thing you need to do is import our artwork. For those of you using Bridge, you can just drag it into Bridge, or you can go to the File menu in Illustrator and select Place. What we're looking for is the Photoshop file titled Robot Sketch 01, which can be found in the Scans directory. I hit Place, and there's our artwork. Illustrator has updated the main control panel, and here we find all the options that are important when working with linked files. Clicking Edit Original will actually open up the linked file in Photoshop proper, where we can make any necessary changes or adjustments to our levels. I should point out that the cleaner your scan is, the better your live trace results will be. Right next to the Edit Original button, you'll see the Live Trace button. As I click this, it simply converts our placed artwork to vector artwork using the Live Trace defaults. Notice also that the control panel is now updated, and we're no longer working with a link file, we're working with a tracing object. The two things we need to focus on are the presets and the full tracing options dialog. Before we open up the full tracing options dialog box, I just want to point out that there is a pull down here which will give you a handful of presets for tracing different types of artwork. For even more control, just click on the tracing options dialog button, and that'll bring up the full set of options. I'm going to slide this out of the way so we can see what's going on. And the first tool I want to visit is the threshold. Threshold is going to control how much of your drawing becomes black versus how much of your drawing becomes white. The default threshold is 128, and I usually prefer to use something around 190. As I change this value, you're not going to see it update in your actual artwork until you turn on the preview option right over here. Notice what a big change that made to all the lines that weren't showing up before. The next thing I want to point out is blur. Those of you who have spent any time trying to convert bitmap artwork to vectors understand that blurring the initial artwork a little bit usually created softer and smoother lines. Setting a small amount of blur, something like 0.2, will actually just smooth out the edges of our artwork a little bit and give us much nicer results. Clicking the Trace button in the Options box will confirm all these settings and leave us with a well-traced sketch. Beyond this, we have two options. If you look up in the control panel, I want to show you two more options. The Expand button will convert your live trace objects to traditional Illustrator shapes and allow you to work with them as if you've drawn them from scratch. The Live Paint button will convert our live trace objects to a live paint object and essentially give us the cleanest color palette ever. As I click the Live Paint button, our main tool panel updates to give us our Live Paint tools, and if I grab the Live Paint bucket and roll over our artwork, you'll see Illustrator updating the regions to let us know what regions will get filled as I click. I can grab Swatch out of my Swatches panel, or I can just use the left and right keys on my keyboard to pick the purple color and fill in the arms of our traced creature. Watch what happens when I fill this region right here. Notice how the fill wasn't contained to the area I just clicked on, but it actually spilled out and filled in almost my entire drawing. To undo this, I'm just going to hit Command-Z on my Mac or Control-Z on my Windows machine. And what we're dealing with here is gaps in our artwork that's keeping us from filling the region in the manner that we want. Fortunately, Illustrator is one step ahead of us, and we can fix this problem by using the gap options located right here in the control panel. Gap options and gap detection is quite simple. We're simply just going to turn it on. The layer that we're currently working with already has a selection color of red. So I'm going to change the gap preview color to green, and you'll notice on my artwork in a couple different spots, you'll actually see green lines appearing where Illustrator is detecting my gaps. I have the option of picking small gaps, medium gaps, or large gaps, but I think for this case, small gaps would work. I'm just going to slide this option window out of the way and look right through where I was having a problem before, just to make sure that there's green closing in that gap. When I say OK and revisit that region,
use this, ma'am?
Oh, I'm sorry, no.
I'm sorry.
Without worrying about my color spilling out through the gap and the rest of my font. Let's make our sailboat red and the sail yellow. And I'm going to pan out to show you one more trick. Sorry to be sneaky, but in the Layers panel, there's already a water layer with the visibility turned off, so I'm just going to turn that back on. And you'll notice that behind this artwork, we have this blue wavy shape. I did is to draw attention to the fact that the paper or the white area from our original scan is actually converted to white. And this wouldn't be much use to us if there wasn't an easy way to get rid of that. What we want to do from here is pick the null layer or the none fill and select all the areas within our artwork that we want to see through.
Tell me when I can talk to you.
From here, you just want to finish coloring your artwork, and you'll be happy to know that your filters and effects will also work with live trace artwork. Live tracing hand-drawn sketches is a super fast and super cool way to get your artwork out of your sketchbook and into Illustrator in just a few minutes. Initially introduced in